Chad, it's good to see you again. Obviously, coming back to visit must be a little bit strange for you because it's been a couple of years now. How's your weekend visit been with the Cardinals?
Like you said, it's a lot different. I still know a lot of the girls because I help recruit them and stuff, but it's just I'm not a part of that. I mean, once you're part of the family, you still are, but it's kind of a distant relative now. So it's fun watching and coming back and being part of it. But like you said, it's a lot different.
You have ties to both the women's and the men's program, and we've talked about this from time to time. You started out as a men's tennis player and basketball player at Jewel.
Yeah, actually I didn't really play tennis till my junior year, so I was just focused on basketball. And then our team was ridiculously good, and so I just decided to go away from playing and start helping out, and then got reeled in by Coach Kress and was there for 7 years. So
that's still kind of the butt of a lot of jokes and stories. Tell the story about how you went from men's basketball to women's basketball.
Well, I was Coach Ollie's manager. They took a trip to Maine, and he didn't take all us managers because he had a bunch of them, so I stayed back. And I told Coach Kress if she ever needed help with stats or anything to let me know. And they were on a 2-day trip to Baker, so I went with them, and she asked me what I wanted to do, and I said coach, and she said, would you ever coach girls? And I said, absolutely not. And then she had me go in the locker room at halftime and stuff, and just got to see how she reacted and interacted with the kids, and just learned a lot that first weekend. And then when we got back that second day, she asked me if I'd stay on and be a student assistant, and I was like, sure, that sounds great. And so now I'm coaching girls for the last 9 years.
Well, what made you change over that 2 days from absolutely not to yes, I'll do it?
Honestly, that's a great question. I haven't really thought about that. I know the girls really respected Coach Kress, and I knew that I could learn a lot from her because she's been very successful. And I guess that was the biggest reason, just to be part of a program that she's established at Jewel. That was something that I knew that I wanted to be a part of.
Chad Thomason, former women's assistant basketball coach, is our guest here on the HyVee Halftime Report. So you're with Jill for a number of years. What did you take with you now to your high school teaching and coaching?
A lot. I mean, I really haven't been around a head coach besides her. I played for Coach Ollie for 2 years, which I learned a lot from him, and I was with him for a while. But she's really been my only coaching influence. So a lot of the stuff I do at my high school now is the same stuff that we did at Jewel. We try to press full court and get a lot of shots up and play fast tempo, which is what I learned from her. And that would be the biggest thing. But most of the time it's how I relate with the girls and how I try to get them motivated. And I don't want to tell my girls that I got a lot of that from Coach Kress, but that's mostly what I got. It's just I respect her so much, and she's done such a great job with this team and building this program. That's the kind of program that I want to build, and trying to learn a lot from her that way.
Interestingly enough, and in the realm of small circles, you're now coaching in the same high school conference with Jill's high school coach, and he worked with you on the same staff at Jewel. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, that was the biggest reason why I really was interested in this job. I knew that Shep was going to be up there, and his reputation speaks for itself. Next year will be his 50th year of coaching, and so that and. I can't express how helpful he is. I mean, we talk every time after every game. The hardest games that I've played these first years coaching are the ones that we played against West Delaware, because it's like when Coach Ollie talked about that this morning, is you're playing one of your best friends. It's kind of bittersweet because you don't want to lose, but yet you don't want to beat them because you feel bad. So I don't really like playing those games, but we have to. And our teams have gotten really close, so that makes it a lot funner for the girls. They've built relationships and they want to beat each other now, so that's fun to see.
I think you gave him the ultimate compliment at breakfast this morning. You were talking about playing them and how they beat you in the last half second when you're playing Coach Shepard. Do you remember? You know the quote I'm talking about? I'll let you say it.
Well, that's what I hate playing him, because if it's a close game, he just knows. And like I said, he's been doing it for so long. He knows how to keep the game close, and when it gets down to the end, he knows exactly how to finish it off. And when we played them the first time this year, that we were up the whole game, and they took the lead with 0.6 seconds left because, that's what he says. And whenever he goes, he doesn't have a lot of talent on his teams, but he knows how to keep it close and then try to finish it off at the end.
And I remember what you said about it. It just feels like you never have enough points, and then he'll find a way to come back.
Oh, yeah, that's it. And that's what, when the second time we played him, we ended up winning by 14, and I still felt like it was neck and neck at the end. And like I said, I just want to try to get as big a lead on him as we can because I know that he's going to bring those girls back.
Now coaching in Dyersville, Iowa, correct?
Correct.
And tell us about your teaching and coaching assignments.
I teach mostly geometry, and I have a couple senior classes. I coach the varsity girls basketball. I'm the head coach, and then I'm the head coach for 7th grade volleyball. And now I just got the assistant girls soccer coach job for varsity, so that'll be something starting March 18th that I'm really looking forward to. I grew up playing soccer and really missed it once I got to Jewel, and I saw you at a lot of the soccer games and got to sit in the booth with you quite a few times, and so I'm really looking forward to that. But it's just these high school seasons are a lot shorter than the seasons that we had at Jewel, so I'm not used to how fast these basketball seasons go, so I still feel like I'm in basketball mode, which is why I wanted to try to get down here and see some more basketball. So
Ultimately, though, Chad, are you still a basketball guy?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I played a lot of sports growing up, and it always came back to I played basketball in the summer, and that's always been my favorite thing to do. I don't think I'll ever get away from the basketball aspect of stuff, but I like keeping busy because, like I said, the college season at Jewel was a year-round thing, and in high school it's not because we can't have any contact with our girls outside of the actual basketball season. So I'm just trying to keep myself as busy as possible.
Chad Thomason is our guest here, the former Jewel assistant coach. Do you have designs on moving up levels or staying in the Midwest, going to the West Coast? What are the ultimate plans here?
Well, with me, you never know because when I was in high school, I didn't want to go that far away from school, and growing up in Oregon, I ended up going to Jewel. And then when I was at Jewel, I didn't want to coach girls, and so now I've been coaching girls for a while. And if you would have asked me 2 years or 3 years ago if I would have moved to Iowa to be a head coach, I would have said probably not. So I really am content with where I am. I'm really happy there. Just everything in Dyersville it just fits my personality and how I like coaching. But that being said, you never know what can happen. Like I said, I'm really happy there, and I could see myself staying there for a while. But if there's other doors that open, then I might pursue that. But I'm really happy with where I am right now.
Okay, let's play just some short shots here real quick. Walk down memory lane for me. Tell me your best memory of Jewel basketball, obviously on the women's side while you were there.
Oh, man. A lot of stuff comes to mind. Just the relationship that I built, like, being with Coach Kress and doing that. I'd have to say that that's a tough question. I don't know. The one that comes to mind is playing Minot State. I can't remember what year that was, but I think we were down 40 at one point in that game, and then forced it into, I think it was double overtime or single overtime. I can't remember what it was, but just the way the girls fought back, and it was heartbreaking for me because they did everything right, and they still lost. And that was the thing. It took a team shooting 80% in the first half against us to beat us, and that just stuck with me big time because you don't really see kids fight that hard and still end up losing. So that was a big thing for me.
Players that come to mind?
Same thing. A lot of players. We've had a lot. When I first started, we had Carrie Venna and Lindsay Gallagher, Jessica Heath, Stacy McAlexander, just so many. And then we went on to the next class with Jess Stewart and Hillary Adams and Ferg, and we were lucky enough to get just a great group of girls coming through. I still think about them all the time. Funny stories, I'll just start giggling and people will just look at me weird. But when you are a college coach and you spend this much time with girls, you really get to know them, and that was the biggest part. It's just, like you said, there's so many girls that I haven't said even enough, but there's just, and that's what's fun about these alumni games and stuff, is that you get to see them all again, and there's too many to recognize.
Well, I wish we had more time. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Chad Thomason, former women's assistant coach, with us, and we'll be back with more in a moment.